1. The month of July comes from the name of the Sumerian shepherd god Dumuzi. 2. The name Eve means, woman who gives life, in an ancient Mesopotamian language, and its origin is from the name Eve, one of the 7 goddesses who treated the sick god of wisdom Enki in Sumerian mythology. It is the goddess Ninti who heals the ribs of the god Ninti, woman of ribs. Nin also means life, Ninti also means woman of life, life-giving woman. 3. The word Adam is Adamo in Aramaic, Ha-Adamo in another Mesopotamian language, and means, red soil, in Sumerian. 4. The moon god cult, which was a very common belief in ancient Sumer and the origin of the Hebrew religions, is the source of the week names currently used in English. Monday, the day the moon is worshipped. Saturday, the day the planet Saturn is worshipped. Sunday, the day the sun is worshipped. 5. The name of the moon god Sin, whose nickname in the Arabian Peninsula is Allah, means, king of wisdom. 6. In Islam, the belief that the Quran is stored in the Mahfuz is rooted in Sumerian mythology. 7. The origin of the concept of paradise of Eden in the Quran is the Iranian Vedic belief. 8. The origin of the Sirat Bridge, which is said to be crossed by people on the Day of Judgment, is in Iranian legends. 9. According to the data obtained by the sciences of archaeology and history to this day, the origin of world civilization is not ancient Greece, but the Sumerian culture, which also influenced ancient Greece. 10. The hierarchy of gods in Sumerians transformed into jinn and angels in Islam and Judaism, which are said to be divine. 11. The origin of Noah's flood is again Sumerian mythology. According to legend, the gods were so disturbed by the increase in the number of people that the 4 gods decided to kill the people with a flood. When Enki, the god of wisdom, heard this, he told Unapishtim, who lives in the city of Shuruppak, that there would be a flood from behind the wall, and that he should build a ship and take his family, relatives, artists, various animals and grass into it. Unapishtim builds the ship in 7 days. Then the flood is started. The flood is so powerful that even the gods go to high places. Finally, the flood that lasts for 6 days and 6 nights ends and the ship rests on Mount Nisir. Unapishtim sends out 3 birds. The dove returns, then he releases a swallow, which also returns, and when the raven he released does not return, they land and make offerings to the gods. According to historical records, the Euphrates, Tigris and the Shatt al-Arab, where they meet, have overflown countless times in Mesopotamia, wiping out settlements. 12. The Babylonians built the tall towers of Babel to reach the gods in the stars. 13. In Sumerian temples, priestesses who had sex in the name of God covered their heads so that they could be distinguished from others, and in the 1500s BC, an Assyrian king made it mandatory for married women and widows to cover their heads with the 40th article of a law he made, but if others did, they would be punished. 14. The Kaaba in Mecca was first built to worship the moon god Sin, and that the Kaaba was the largest temple dedicated to god Sin. 15. The crescent is the symbol of the moon god, and the crescent is still on the flags of many Islamic countries. 16. The Sumerians built large ziggurats to worship the moon god, and when they examined the sky to determine the days of worship, they saw that a year was 365 days. They divided the year into months according to the cycle of the moon, and that the year depending on the moon came 10 days back every year. In short, did you know that history began with the Sumerians and that the source of monotheism was the Sumerian legends? Source: The origin of the Quran, Bible and Torah in Sumer, Muazzez Ilmi Sig.